Hello, Ravens fans. Massive playoff update for Baltimore Ravens. As you've seen, and I'm sure you're celebrating by now, our purple and black team has clinched the AFC North title and secured the third playoff spot after a commanding win over the Cleveland Browns on Saturday night. With the playoff picture solidified, their next challenge has become clear, facing their division rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers, for the third time this season. This upcoming matchup is sure to have Ravens fans on edge, as it's not just about the rivalry, but the cutthroat nature of the postseason. Win, or your season is over. Adding to the drama is the familiarity between these teams. The Steelers, while they've struggled offensively in recent weeks, should never be underestimated, especially in playoff scenarios. Head coach Mike Tomlin's tactical approach often includes mind games and adjustments that have historically made Pittsburgh a formidable opponent. This time, however, they face a Ravens team that has demonstrated resilience, depth, and a championship mentality throughout the season. Baltimore's primary focus will be on starting strong and maintaining control, avoiding the pitfalls of previous close encounters with Pittsburgh. As playoff football eliminates the luxury of second chances, every play, decision, and adjustment will be magnified. Offensive efficiency and defensive sharpness will be non-negotiable, especially with the uncertainty surrounding the availability of star receiver Zay Flowers. Reports suggest Flowers may miss this pivotal game due to injury, which would force the Ravens to adapt their game plan and rely on others to step up. In Flowers' potential absence, the pressure mounts on players like Rashad Bateman, who has steadily grown into a key role this season. Bateman's reliability, combined with contributions from other receivers like Nelson Agholor and Tylan Wallace, could prove critical. Additionally, tight ends Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely are expected to be heavily utilized, with Likely's versatility making him a potential game-changer in these high-stakes matchups. On the defensive side, the Ravens will look to capitalize on the Steelers' offensive struggles. Baltimore's defense, one of the most consistent units this season, will aim to disrupt Pittsburgh's rhythm and force turnovers. The emergence of safety Ardarius Washington has been a bright spot, solidifying the secondary alongside veterans like Marcus Williams, despite concerns about his physicality in tackling situations. The playoffs are also an opportunity for unsung heroes to shine. Players like Brent Urban, who often go unnoticed for their gritty contributions, could play decisive roles. Urban and the defensive line must dominate the trenches to stifle Pittsburgh's running game and pressure quarterback Kenny Pickett into mistakes. For head coach John Harbaugh and his staff, this game represents more than just advancing to the next round. It's about reaffirming the Ravens' identity as Super Bowl contenders. However, the weight of expectations looms large, with questions about Harbaugh's future resurfacing if Baltimore fails to make a deep playoff run. Fans and analysts alike wonder if another early exit might prompt the organization to consider a fresh direction. The Ravens' success in this game will hinge on their ability to execute a balanced attack, make necessary adjustments, and maintain composure under pressure. It's a game that could define their season and set the tone for what they hope will be a championship journey.
Ravens fans, now it's your turn. What are your thoughts on this matchup against the Steelers? Do you believe the team can overcome the challenges ahead and make a statement in the playoffs? Let us know your take in the comments below. The potential absence of Zay Flowers adds an extra layer of intrigue to this matchup. As one of the Ravens' most dynamic playmakers, Flowers has been instrumental in stretching the field and keeping defenses honest. If he's unavailable, the Ravens will need to dig deep into their depth chart and rely on a committee approach to replicate his impact. Rashad Bateman, once seen as a question mark in past seasons, has grown into a dependable target and will likely be asked to take on a larger workload. This is his moment to prove why the Ravens invested in him. But the responsibility doesn't end there. Players like Nelson Agholor, Tylan Wallace, and even practice squad call-ups such as Anthony Miller could see increased snaps. Each will need to step up and deliver in a game where every catch and yard will be critical. Tight ends Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, who have been pivotal in the Ravens' offensive scheme, will also be leaned on heavily. Likely's ability to line up in multiple positions and create mismatches could prove to be a difference maker, especially in red zone situations. Defensively, the Ravens must remain disciplined and aggressive. The Steelers' offense has been inconsistent, but this is playoff football. Every team starts with a clean slate. Baltimore's defensive line will need to dominate, setting the tone early by shutting down the Steelers' rushing attack and forcing them into predictable passing situations. Kenny Pickett, though still developing, has shown flashes of brilliance, and the Ravens' secondary must be ready to capitalize on any mistakes he makes. Safeties like Marcus Williams and Darius Washington will be crucial in providing coverage while stepping up to deliver physical plays when needed. This game is also an opportunity for the Ravens pass rush to shine. With players like Roquan Smith leading the charge, applying consistent pressure on Pickett could force hurried throws and create turnover opportunities. The Ravens' defense has been one of the league's best in creating takeaways, and this game might hinge on their ability to do so at the right moments. On the coaching side, John Harbaugh's experience in playoff scenarios will be tested. He and his staff must craft a game plan that not only accounts for the Steelers' tendencies but also adapts to in-game challenges. Harbaugh's leadership has been a cornerstone of the Ravens' success, but questions about his long-term future could surface if the team fails to deliver. For now, though, the focus remains on getting this win and advancing. Special teams will also play a significant role, as field position could dictate the game's tempo. Veteran kicker Justin Tucker, often referred to as the most reliable kicker in NFL history, might once again find himself in the spotlight, potentially tasked with delivering a game-winning kick. For Ravens fans, this game is more than just another playoff matchup. It's a chance to further cement the team's legacy in the postseason. Beating the Steelers would not only keep their Super Bowl hopes alive, but also serve as a statement that this Ravens team is built to overcome adversity and thrive under pressure. So, Ravens Nation, the stage is set. The rivalry, the stakes, and the storylines are all aligned for what promises to be a thrilling encounter. Do you believe this team has what it takes to overcome the challenges and make a deep playoff run? Share your thoughts, predictions, and hopes for this pivotal game in the comments below. As we prepare for this monumental showdown, let's not forget the history and emotion tied to a Ravens-Steelers playoff matchup. These games are never just about the X's and O's. They're about pride, grit, and determination. The AFC North is known for its physicality, and no two teams embody that more than Baltimore and Pittsburgh. This game is going to be a war in the trenches, a battle of wills that will likely come down to which team makes the fewest mistakes and seizes the critical moments. Baltimore's offense must remain versatile, especially without Flowers. Establishing the run early could be a game changer, with J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards providing the thunder and lightning needed to wear down Pittsburgh's defensive front. Offensive coordinator Todd Monken will need to find creative ways to exploit mismatches, whether it's through screen passes, play action, or utilizing Lamar Jackson's unique ability to extend plays with his legs. Jackson, as always, will be the heartbeat of this team, and his performance could very well decide the outcome. Defensively, Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen will be the enforcers in the middle of the field. Their ability to read plays, cover ground, and disrupt the Steelers' offense will be key. Watch for Queen in particular to make a splash. He's been a standout this season, and the playoffs are where legends are made. The secondary, with Marlon Humphrey leading the way, must be sharp against Pittsburgh's receiving threats. Every pass breakup, every tackle, every forced turnover will count. One intriguing storyline to watch is how the Ravens handle special teams. Justin Tucker is always a weapon, but punter Jordan Stout's ability to pin opponents deep could also play a crucial role in a game where field position might dictate the outcome. The Ravens coverage units, led by Chris Horton, must be disciplined to avoid giving up any game-changing returns. The clock is ticking, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Ravens fans, are you ready for this moment? The playoffs are where memories are made, where every snap counts, and where heroes emerge. Let us know your thoughts. Who do you see stepping up? What's your prediction for the final score? And most importantly, how far do you think this Ravens team can go? Drop your comments below, and let's get hyped for what promises to be an unforgettable chapter in the Ravens-Steelers rivalry. Baltimore, it's time to rise and defend the flock.